What's up, everyone? It's your boy, Way Tomorrow, Way Tomorrow. And today we're going to talk about Spider-Man Far From Home. But this is going to be a rant. This rant is going to be about Far From Home. I just saw it, just came out the theater. It was I'll give you my overall thoughts on it. My overall thought on it is that it is definitely a okay film. It's a average film, just like almost every film that has come out in this entire year and maybe even last year. Like, it's pretty fucking average. Besides Endgame, everything's been pretty average. And you kind of know what to expect from these films, and you know what to expect from, and I guess, any film that comes out now, because every film is fucking average. I look for more in a film, and I try to give a film, and every film, the benefit of the doubt, and I try to act like I'm, fresh eyes and stuff like that. But overall, I mean, these movies are average, but this is not what the rant's about. The rant's about Far From Home. So what do you not like about Far From Home, Mr. Way to Marvel? Well, what I don't like about Far From Home is that a lot of stupid shit happens in this movie. Yeah, it's entertaining. Yes, every fucking film that has come out recently has been entertaining, but overall it's like, when you're watching it, you're saying to yourself, haha, that's kind of funny, but overall, when you leave the theater, you're saying to yourself, man, what the fuck did I just waste my money on? And I think that with Far From Home, I wouldn't say it's a guaranteed waste of money, because I was definitely drinking a little bit, and I definitely felt a little bit when I was sitting there. And I mean, I'll tell you guys, I'm a Spider-Man fan. Well, I'm not the biggest fan, but I am a fan. And I ran to that, man. You guys should have saw me when I left my car. I fucking ran to that theater, man, like a fucking guy looking for, like a little kid waiting on the ice cream truck. I just fucking ran, took off. And I got there, bought my damn ticket. I was like, okay, I ran to my theater too. Everybody looked at me like I'm a crazy man, but I was drinking, so I was like, fuck everybody. And then I sat in my seat, plopped the fuck down, watched the movie. It starts, and the way from the way that it starts, it's just so shit. It's ass. It's like, it's not even a fucking film. You're just sitting there saying to yourself, what the fuck am I watching right now? And it's just like, it's not cohesive. It's just ass. It's like, hey, we need to get to this point. 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 He's going to go on a road trip. He's going to go on a fucking field trip. Let's get there. And then you finally get there and you're like, okay, this is still fucking ass, man. And then they throw, oh, by the way, guys, this is spoilers, okay? Spoilers. Get the fuck out if you don't want to see spoilers, all right? Just playing with you guys. You guys are awesome, all right? So anyways, it's just like, they throw this fucking Betty and this Ned, this Betty Brant and Ned Lee's romance at you, and it's just for the film. It's just for the fucking sake of fucking not. It's for the sake of having shit writers, right? So you're saying to yourself, man, this is absolute garbage. Why the fuck why would you waste my time with that? With that romance? That's so terrible. It's ass. You know? And then there's fucking MJ, and then there's Peter, and even that's garbage. You're literally saying to yourself, man, while you're watching this film, oh my god, I actually miss Kristen Dunst as fucking MJ. I miss Tobey Maguire as fucking Spider-Man. These guys are so garbage. They're fucking trash. I'd rather watch Spider-Man 3. No, not Spider-Man 3. The Amazing Spider-Man 3. I really wish they would have just put that movie out, because, man, these films are fucking trash, dude. Like, they're just a bunch of goddamn comedies, and then they just take the mythos of Spider-Man's and they fucking shit all over it, man. They just treat it like it's a fucking cartoon, and it's ridiculous. It's like, I get it, he's a kid, so maybe I'm being a little too hard on it, and I thought about it too. I really did think about this, guys. Maybe I'm being a little too hard on it. Spider-Man's a kid, he's 16 years old, 5 years has passed, and they were stuck in this fucking, they were a blip. They got a little stupid fucking. They even turned a serious situation, a really dark situation. 5 years has passed, and they're using the blip thing like it's a fucking joke. Oh, you just been blipped. Like, that's not funny. That's not fucking funny at all. Like, it's not funny. It's not fucking funny. Okay. And then there's this one kid that's there, and he's like 20 something years fucking old, and he's hanging around a bunch of high school students because he was, they were blipped, and I guess they stopped school for everyone, and now he's returning to school after 5 years later, and now they're going to school, and he's there, and he's fucking 20 something years old around these little kids, and he's like hitting on MJ, and he's like, I really want MJ, so I'm gonna turn every fucking pitchfork to get at Spider-Man or Peter Parker per se. And it's just, you're sitting there saying to yourself, this is fucking sick. This is sick, you know? MJ is MJ, but like this kid is a grown ass man and he's sitting around these kids. And I get it, you know, maybe he hasn't developed in these 5 years. Maybe he needs school to actually develop. Maybe they didn't have school. We don't know what the case is, but overall, it's fucking terrible. It's shit writing, you know? It's just absolute shit, you know? Like I would rather watch a romance from Andrew Garfield's series, from Toby's series, than this because it's so bad. Like John Watts, the direction's bad, the writing's bad, everything's just awful. It's fucking shit. You know, it's like they threw shit on the screen and was like, watch this, man. You know, and it's like, I'm a Spider-Man fan. I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan. You know, I read enough comics. I read enough stuff. I like storylines. I love the kid who reads Spider-Man. I love the fucking Spider-Man Blue. I love fucking, you know, I love all that shit, man. I love all of it, okay? I love the Death of Spider-Man. I love fucking, you know what I don't love? I don't love One More Day, but I don't think it's the worst Spider-Man book. But, you know, hear or say, that's a different conversation for a different day. This is about Far From Home. Okay, the one thing that I will say, I really respect the fact that they took a couple notes from the Spider-Man game that came out last year, or maybe it was this year. But either way, I do respect it because the Mysterio fight scenes and the Mysterio scenes overall are fucking amazing. Spider-Man web slinging is amazing. Spider-Man being Spider-Man is fucking amazing. This as a Spider-Man film, I will say it is. You see, and this is the thing, guys. You know, it's easy to say, "Oh, Spider-Man, this film is great," but Peter's bad. But and then to say like then to really literally recoup from that and say, oh, this is a great Spider-Man film, because it's not. You know, Spider-Man has two characters. Spider-Man's film has two characters in it. They have Peter and then they have Spider-Man. You know, it's an alter ego and then there's the actual person. And when you're watching Peter and you're saying to yourself, this is absolute garbage. What are they doing? Why am I watching this? Where are we going? Why did they do this? Why did they do that? It's like, you know, okay, they get Flash right. Flash is actually pretty good in this film. I'll give them that. They did Flash right. Because Homecoming was trash. Penis Park, that was fucking horrible. My thing about these two films is that Homecoming and Far From Home, they both act like middle school films. You know, you're watching them and you're saying, are these kids in middle school or are they in high school? Because I don't think sophomore year, like I remember sophomore year, man, I wasn't saying shit like Penis Parker and fucking, uh, like a high school fling or relationship doesn't last a fucking field trip. That's middle school. It's like I feel like the writers are writing middle schoolers. They're not writing actual high schoolers. They're writing middle schoolers. And it's so utter garbage. Happy's great, but Happy's banging Aunt May. And I'm sitting there I'm like, why for one, I hate Aunt May. I like Happy, but now I hate Happy because he's fucking Aunt May. And it's a joke. It's a running gag. But of course they reconcile and they pretty much use a little damage control and they say to Peter, hey, we're not doing this. And Aunt May's like, it was just a summer fling. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, that's not some shit that Aunt May would say. Why would she even be put in this situation? I don't understand, And they use a couple notes from the game also to do the whole homeless shelter thing. It's like, man, you guys need to find your own reign, find your own energy, find your own placement in this series, and go with it. Don't copy this, don't copy that, don't look at this, don't look at that, and say, oh, we need to be this. It's just, what are you guys doing? What do you guys want to do? Because I feel like the direction, the writing, all of this stuff is just utter garbage. They should have had Spider-Man literally sit out 5 years with the rest of the Avengers, like other characters like Doctor Strange. They should have had it happen. And he could have grown, he could have become maybe, I don't know, 23, whatever. I'm not going to do the calculation on what age he should be, but he should be older now. And I get it, people want a Spider-Man franchise to be based off when he's 15. They want him to grow up. They want to see him grow up and go through the ages and stuff like that. And I can appreciate that because overall, the past Spider-Man film franchises have been, okay, first year you're in high school, second year you're leaving high school, or you're becoming a college student, So I can understand that Marvel doesn't want to go through the same direction, the same pathway as they did in the previous installments. But with this film, it's like, you're saying like MJ, for instance. MJ's garbage, She finds out who Peter is, and then it's a running gag, and then by the end of the film, you're like, they want to subvert expectations so bad in this film. It's just so bad. It's terrible. And then the field trip, Peter's not rich. He's not this. He's not poor. I mean, I don't know what he is. This is, I get they're following the Ultimate Universe, but this guy's just, he's cool. He's got money. They're going on field trips. They're going all across the fucking world. They're doing shit that I haven't even done when I was a kid. And I come from a good home and I live in a big fucking house, but it's just, I don't get it. It's like Peter, like, I love the fact that Peter was poor and I could relate to it as an adult or as a kid becoming an adult, because it's like, you got to pay bills and stuff like that. And I felt for it. I fucking love that story with Toby. And it's like, I watch these movies and I guess, I don't know, maybe I'm stuck between loving Toby and then also hating Tom Holland. But it's like, I don't hate Tom Holland because I actually appreciate and I love I love him as Spider-Man. I think his Spider-Man is great. I think he does what he needs to do. I think he's great. Except for the part in this film where, he gives Mysterio the Edith glasses, which was total shit. It's fucking trash, Like, first of all, why the fuck would you give him the Edith glasses? Second of all, why would Tony Stark leave a program like that after what happened with Ultron? That's just so dumb. It's just lazy writing. It's like, oh, Tony Stark has this program with the Edith, and then they don't even really explain how drones do this, and then there's a illusion, and then there's some kind of hologram thing. It's just like, what are we watching? What is that? It's terrible. One thing I can say though is that the J. Jonah Jameson callback was amazing. Loved it. The end credit scene was probably the best scene of all time in this whole entire series of Spider-Man, and also in the MCU. It's one of the greater or better end credit scenes with Spider-Man. Like, J. Jonah Jameson comes up. He's like, "Yeah, Spider-Man's Peter Parker. I fucking love it. It reminded me at that exact moment of Civil War comic, and I fucking loved it." And also, Mysterio scenes were great. I have another problem with that. Why the fuck is every villain based off of, oh, Tony Stark failed me. Tony Stark fired me. He made me go poor. He made me into a joke. Like, why the fuck does it have to be about Tony Stark every time with Spider-Man? I want to watch Spider-Man because I want to watch Spider-Man, not because I want to see Tony Stark fucking goddamn throw his dick in somebody's face, and then now they're mad. They're fucking mad as shit, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna get back at Tony Stark, so I'm gonna build this thing, and then I'm gonna come to the city, and I'm gonna do this." But Spider-Man's getting in my way. It's like, like, oh, we don't want to do Uncle Ben, so we're fucking shoving goddamn Tony Stark down your fucking throat. Take this shit. You're gonna fucking love it. You're gonna eat it up. I don't want to see that, bro. Like, I have Spider-Man, then I have Iron Man, and even Ultimate Spider-Man, like. It wasn't like that. It's so bad. It's terrible. It's like there's no mention of Norman Osborn. There's no Oscorp. There's nothing. And I knew they were going to do this. I knew that they were going to do this. They weren't going to use Oscorp because it was in a previous installment or previous movies. So now they're using Tony's fucking stank. It's just so annoying. It's like, just let the guy rest in fucking peace. Okay, we love you 3000. Like, come on, man. I don't want to see everything about Spider-Man be because of Tony Stark did this, Tony Stark's actions. I don't want to see that. It's terrible. Okay, Spider-Man's his own fucking character and he has his own mythos. Let him breathe, And the stealth suit is a joke. The Night Monkey. Why the fuck is it a joke? That's literally a fucking a ripped off kind of fashionable in the MCU's own kind of light or own kind of alter version of the noir suit, and they're using it as a fucking gag. Like, why? What? It's like, I'm not trying to take this film super serious. It's not serious. But at the end of the day, and I get it. Spider-Man's a boy and Spider-Man's Spider-Man. I guess he's a silly concept to some people, but I mean, there's a lot of fans behind this character, and it's like, you're taking this character and you're fucking throwing him and just gags and jokes and this and that. And I get, Spider-Man's witty. And that's why I've said this, guys. I love Spider-Man. I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. He's great as Spider-Man. He does everything he should do as Spider-Man. But when he's Peter, when he's making those decisions as Peter Parker, he's fucking trash. I think the only thing I liked about Peter in this film and in this entire series and in this the entirety of Tom Holland's performance as Peter Parker, the only thing I liked about him is literally his version or his take on trying to get with MJ. I actually do enjoy it because that's something that Peter would do. You know, I liked his in-game performance. I liked his Infinity War performance. But this movie is just, besides the MJ part, ass. It's fucking ass. He puts on a little mask. He's like, I can help. Like, oh man, what is this? And then there's the elementals, and then there's the joke with the 616. Like, come on, guys. Like, let's not make that joke. Let's not make jokes about the multiverse. But I get it. Maybe we'll see that in light of the future of the MCU. And then I felt like the scrolls in this film at the end credit scene or post credit scene, whatever, was fucking shit. Another way to fucking slap your fucking MCU fucking bullshit at people. Like, what kind of bullshit is that, man? Come on, come on, dude. Like, stop playing with us. I was hoping to see that. This whole entire time, Nick Fury was actually Talos, and Talos is actually evil, and now we're gonna possibly get the Skrull invasion. Nope, never gonna see that. That's over with. Haha, it's a fucking joke. You know, fucking Spider-Man's a goddamn joke. You fucking love him, though, don't you?